It's with pleasure that I join you in commemorating the 25th anniversary of Chiromo Hospital Group and to open the new mental health facility, the Bustani Level 5 Hospital. I'm very pleased to be here amongst people who have shown extraordinary commitment and provided invaluable contribution in accelerating interventions around mental health and mental wellness. I recognize the extraordinary talent and collaborative partnerships of consultants, advocates, ambassadors. Thank you for stepping up efforts to support people struggling with mental health and raising the focus on this issue. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how we make life choices. It's very important at every stage of life, from childhood to adolescence through to adulthood. I congratulate the Chiromo Hospital community for your commitment, investment, and dedication to raise awareness on this very important issue. Your vision, tenacity, and impact of your work is evident from what I've witnessed in my tour of this facility. This purpose-built Level 5 facility has indeed set new standards of mental health service delivery for the region. I appreciate the fact that you have gathered all of us here, including those watching on TV, to advance the conversation on mental health and to hear from people who have shown extraordinary commitment and courage to address the issue. The chronic nature of mental health and the rapid increase in the numbers of individuals affected by mental illness has highlighted focus on mental wellness the world over, especially during these unprecedented COVID times. In the conversation today, we have learned some important facts about these illnesses that we probably didn't know 25 years ago when this institution first started. At that time, we did not have enough evidence to back up what we needed to know or how we should proceed with treatment for many of the problems we saw. But today, we know a lot more. We can now use this knowledge to implement better policies, implement better treatment modalities, and scale up interventions that will support a reliable mental care system. In this regard, the government has made significant strides through its collaborative work with the mental health community, supported by focus on this issue by His Excellency, the President, in promoting interventions around mental health through the Kenya Mental Health Action Plan 2021. We have made progress in learning about mental disease in the last few years so that we understand them more scientifically. These include anxiety, personality disorders, mood and substance abuse disorders, trauma-related disorders such as post-traumatic stress disorder, and psychotic conditions such as schizophrenia. We now have a better idea of what to do about them. These gains have been impacted by the recent rapid increase, especially during COVID-19 pandemic, that has presented devastating impacts to many individuals, families, and communities. We know that the numbers are growing. We have witnessed unfortunate incidences of suicide, substance abuse, and addiction among some of the social challenges facing our society today. These are made worse by discrimination and isolation of people suffering from mental illness. We all know of or have heard of someone who has battled with mental illness. This is a signal to our nation that we must do whatever it takes, to heighten our efforts to create awareness about mental illness. In many ways, despite our efforts, we lag behind in our mental health intervention efforts because we were not really dedicating enough resources towards the scientific research in this field, especially that of mental health for children and the warning signs from adolescents and young adults. I call on all of us here and around Kenya to make more of an effort to increase our understanding. Our focus, our obligation and responsibility must be to draw attention to things we have ignored in the past and to begin treating mental illness as an illness at a parity with other illnesses. It can be treated, and we know many who have recovered enough to lead a healthy life. Yet too many individuals are being left to deal with these issues on their own, and many face complicating life circumstances like drug and alcohol addiction, confinement or abandonment. We must not accept this. We must do a better job. Access to quality mental health treatment, appropriate medical and psychological support where patients are treated with love and dignity is crucial to patient recovery. However, we cannot leave mental health care solutions to science and laboratories alone. We need to be aware of the cost of untreated mental illness. The loss of school days, loss of work days, dropout, marital distress, and also lost opportunity cost, the economic effects of individuals who are not functioning at full capacity. We must improve how we speak to our children about mental illness and talk specifically about their needs. I applaud the efforts of schools and community groups who have decided to join in and speak out. Our efforts are impeded by our own individual biases, myths, and beliefs, all perpetuated by ignorance and stigma. Our biases have not helped to encourage individuals seek treatment. In fact, these reactions silence patients suffering from mental illness from speaking out. It has demoralized families who have ultimately had to take care of their loved ones on their own. As individuals, parents, role models, let us ask ourselves what steps we can take to demystify mental illness. What must we do to guard against stigma and discrimination, which is deeply entrenched in our society? One of the ways we can change the misguided perceptions is through more public awareness. I know that heightened advocacy and awareness works through my own work in Beyond Zero by highlighting maternal and child health. We also have many great examples of how advocacy works through joint collaboration through the media with community support. Today, I commit to add my voice to raise awareness about mental health and to support the global collaborative campaign, Tufunguke, to encourage the voices that are silent to speak up and be heard. We can do this together. Thank you, and God bless you all.